So children, in the last video I have discussed with you how you can differently define the values for an array using the initialization method that I have earlier told you that we have done the value initialization through the index number. Okay, and then I have explained you about how you can take the value of using the scanner class in case of an array. Now over here in this video, I will be discussing with you about an exception. Okay, the term exception you have already read. That is, exception is a process that hinders the normal functioning of a program. That means what? Suppose the program is running. A program is running and it has been encountered with an exception. So what will happen? The program will not run as expected. Okay, like suppose that I have an array, and in that array I have defined the size of an array as 5. Okay, and what I am doing that I would like to access the sixth element. So in the array, only 5 elements are there, sixth element is not there. So this kind of exception is called as the out of bound array. That means it is out of the capacity of this array to hold the value at sixth index. So taking that in view, I am providing you an example for the out of bound exception where I have first defined a class over here, then I have defined the main function over here. After defining the main function over here, what is needed that first we will be declaring the array. Now, declaring and initializing both in the single step. So what we have done, we have written int followed by the marks followed by square bracket which is equal to curly bracket, and in the curly bracket you will be having the values at different index number, like 75 is on index number 0, 85 is on 1, 95 is on second index, 55 is on third index, and 78 is on fourth index. Okay, now in this case you will see that the index number is from 0 to 4. So now what we would like to do that we will be printing the values from the different index. So for that what we have done that we have started it from with the for loop where I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0 because the index number of an array starts with 0. So we have started this I with is equal to 0 and we are checking for the condition 0 is less than equal to 5. This condition will be true over here. When the condition will be true, you will be getting inside the body of the loop and you will be executing the statement that says that system.out.println marks of I plus marks I. So what will happen in this case that since the value of I is equal to 0, it will be printed as marks. The value of I is needed over here, so it is 0 over here, and which is equal to marks of I. So what will happen that in this case the value of marks will be on the 0th index, whatever is the value will be printed. The value on the 0th index is 75, so we have printed 75 over here. In a similar way, what will happen in the second time when the loop will be running, again the value of I will be increased to 0 now because you are having this operator over here. Okay, so when the second time loop will run, again the value of I is equal to 1 and now 1 is less than equal to 5 condition will be true. In this case again the value will be printed. Now on the value on the first index will be printed now. On the first index we have 85, so 85 is printed now. In the similar way you will go until the index number 4. Okay, so after the index number 4 is printed, what will happen? The loop will run for the 5th time over here, getting this condition checked for 5 is less than equal to 5. This condition is still true, so what will happen? It will be executing the statements. But what will happen in this case? In this case, there will be an exception in this case. This is only because marks of I, we are searching for the index number 5 and index number 5 is not present in this array. So what will happen in this case, that in case of printing any value, because array don't have that index number in itself, so what will happen? It will be throwing an exception by giving you an example, that is java.lang.array index out of bound exception. See, in normal case, what would have happened? That all the values should be printed. So until the condition right, the value is getting printed. But once all the values are finished and we are looking for an index number that is not present in the array, in that case, what will happen? It will throw an exception over here. So this is all about out of bound array exception. So that's it in this video.